By the way, no, recently always somebody have issues, joining, So I know if you have issues, I simply remove the panelist links and I set up new ones.
I think it should be fine. It should be fine. Daria as well just said it's all good.
Okay.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear.
Okay, perfect. Because I was so strange. I was on another one. Great. I think we should wait. Hi, Gustavs. How are you doing?
Hey, perfect. And you?
Great. Amazing that you could make it.
Thanks for invite.
This thing here is really annoying, but it's okay. We're live on YouTube as well, so I think it's enough. Because really every time I click this button, then the rest of the Twitch and Facebook, they're gone. So I cannot do it anymore. So it's,
I just use YouTube. Can you share me the link so I can actually post it that we're live?
Sure. Let me check. I was just on it and I had this double voice on it. We're waiting. Anyone who's in already, welcome to our webinar for today. We're waiting until everyone is in order that we can start and nobody is missing something. If it takes longer, what we're going to do is Nick starts and the rest, they will surely.
Yeah, by the way, Omar,
yeah,
I can actually substitute as a replacement host. The other guys are waiting for the links. So I can entertain the audience until you're gone.
Don't worry.
I can dance since they're
gonna. You can dance a bit,
yeah. Dancing is the best way how to start.
Yeah.
Check this out. Here's the YouTube link, the live link.
Okay. Thanks, Omar.
Perfect. So we're waiting for hi.
Yeah, they're waiting for the links. This is what they messaged in the chat.
Okay. I just messaged them.
Okay.
I just sent them the email, so I think it should be all good. Perfect. So how you been the last days and what's going on? I see lots of webinars for Gustavs. Oh, hi. How you doing?
How are you guys?
He's in. He made it.
Omar, Nick, nice to meet you, Gustavs.
Hey. Just on time.
Nice to meet you.
Normally, I am.
Great, yeah. Oh, Daria as well. Now we're going somewhere. Now we're getting filled up in here.
Yep. Give me a sec. Great. Sorry. Yep.
Perfect. So great. I'm happy that you all could come in. It's 6:01 in my time zone. Okay, I think in high time zone it's 9:01. Then we have, I think, we have Daria at 9:01 as well at night, and Gustavs as well 9:01, and Nick same. I think like something like 7. Yeah.
Yeah, 7 p.m.
Okay, so all good. So yeah, good morning, good evening, good night. Hope you're all good, all the listeners, all the speakers. So let's get this started. I'm really excited to present all of this and hope we give some great value to everyone, so everyone can go home with a lot of knowledge, a lot of new wisdom, and we as well, we learn when we speak. So Nick, what do you think? Let's start with the taxes, then we got this one done.
Yeah, man, that's totally wrong. Nobody pays tax in the beginning. You need to make money first. But actually, that's a good idea. We haven't done anything. We haven't made any money. So you guys, guess what? You pay 0 tax at the beginning. But, we're going to give you some tips on how to make money. So you need to pay some taxes. So Omar makes some money. Gustavs makes some money. Hai makes some money. And he actually make you guys some money because Amazon is taking some money from your pocket. And I haven't met Daria, but I'm sure, she's going to give you some tips. So we're going to talk about how to expand, how to make some money, and of course, at the end, how can actually take advantage of the recession, because sometimes the recession is the best time to grow when everybody else is hiding.
Definitely.
If you're the one doing the move, you might have an advantage. Just give me 10 seconds to post on LinkedIn.
Okay, no problem. So in the meantime, we have we have Nick from hellotax. So he will talk about the evergreen taxes all over the world, not over the world, but mostly for the European Union and for the US. We got Hai with Eva Guru software. Amazing software, helps seller to reprice and recover some big amounts of money, what you leave on the table when you deal with Amazon. So, and a lot more. That's not the only thing. So this software is amazing. It helps a lot, and it can increase your sale. It will increase your sale because you actually can understand what you're actually doing. Daria, how are you doing?
I'm great. Thank you very much. What about you?
Very good. Thank you. Sellematics as well in the house. So your tool is amazing as well, and is mostly focused on the Middle East, which is a very, very big upcoming market for the next year. That's why you're obviously there, because you know already that is going to be big. So early birds are over there already, like Gustavs as well. Dubai, like Daria, sorry, you're in Dubai, Daria, and Gustavs as well is in Dubai. So
wow, that's great.
Gustavs, you are as well bringing us something new, which obviously a lot of Amazon sellers can profit from. And we met already, we talked about it, and I was amazed of what you were actually doing. So I'm really looking forward to your story and what you can bring to the table today.
Let's bring some good value today.
Exactly. Nick, are you done posting now?
Yeah. I'm never done, but I'm always ready. So let me try to share, and I guess we can go.
Great.
Okay.
Amazing.
Okay. Let me know if you guys see my screen.
Yes, beautiful.
Okay, so actually, Omar, why to you guys at the beginning? I'm not gonna talk about taxes. I'm gonna talk about how we can actually expand to Europe, because this is something that many of your competitors are not doing. And of course, the idea is to give you some tips on why you should do that, because Europe is good for vacation in the summer, sometimes in the winter. If you're into skiing, unless of course you might break your leg or whatever. So. But anyways, besides a vacation spot, it's very good for business. And that's what I'm going to talk about, because a lot of companies are missing on that. So just some information about, Europe before we start. Europe is a huge market. I mean, I'm not sure how good are you guys in geography, but the population is over 750 millions. And 400 millions of those are actually people over 18, which means potential clients. Amazon Europe, which is obviously the biggest marketplace in Europe in the world, they have 300 million unique views, which is 50% more than the US. So you have more traffic, more potential clients. Amazon Europe has like a little over 1 million sellers. In the USA, you have 2.5. I'm sure that Hai has some data. He might give you like even more accurate data, but you can see the numbers. More traffic, like the USA, plus another 100 millions in population, people who can buy your products, and less competition, less brands which are competing with you about this market share. So these are few things that you need to know. Just with this information, if you're selling in other markets, and if you're not selling in Europe, you should test it out. Besides that, Europe, has multiple countries. So it's not just one big market, it's small markets, and sometimes small markets mean less revenue, but higher profit. Of course, there is few things which are hard to do in Europe, but in general, you're gonna reach to a whole new market, new continent, less competition. You're be able to actually take over your competitors if they're not doing that, because a lot of companies are just like, okay, I'm happy selling in the States, I don't want to move. Because why? Because what if it doesn't work out? Okay, what if it works out? So you should have a different mindset. Of course, if you don't do it, 100%, you have a 100% chance that you're gonna fail. If you do it, you have like 50% chance that you're gonna do. So that's actually a very good risk-reward ratio. And of course, the last thing which is important about sourcing and actually selling in Europe is you're gonna order more stock, so you can actually negotiate better rates from your supplier. So these are things which are very important. And here we're not talking about huge amount of investment. You can start small, you can start with a lot of money, but I'm going to tell you how you can start as easy as possible. In regards to the blockers about stopping people to go to Europe, because you will say, okay, man, Nick, you're telling us that it's that easy, but okay, why people are not doing that? So the reason is it's not that easy now, because most of the companies don't know what to do. And that's why we do these webinars and we talk about how we should do it. And here I can give you some tips about myself and why I'm talking about that. I used to be an e-commerce seller. I was running a private label supplement business for 10 years across Europe. I started from one country, Bulgaria, which is my home country, this is where I live right now, and we expanded to over 20 countries across Europe. And the things which are valid right now are still valid when I started. So it's a huge opportunity. And of course, there are some blockers, but if you overcome them, it will be a huge success, as it was with me, because I developed the brands and I sold everything 3 years ago. And right now I'm running the partnerships at hellotax, which is a VAT compliance provider for e-commerce, Amazon sellers, Shopify sellers, anybody who is selling physical products in Europe. And also, I have a partnership agency network with over 1,000 companies. And this is one of the things that we do in the partnership network. We connect people, we help sellers to expand, we do these events because, if you do it by yourself, it's much harder. So just to come back to the topic, what are the blockers stopping people to expand to Europe? So the first and the most important thing about anybody expanding anywhere, not only for Europe, is having the right product. Because if you don't have a product, you have nothing to sell. If you have nothing to sell, you don't need VAT, you don't need translations, you don't need you don't need Daria, you don't need Gustav. So you first need to have a product. But okay, so how do I find the product? So there is multiple tools like ZoneGuru, Helium 10, there is other companies which can help you out to find the product that you can actually check the opportunity in different markets, in different marketplaces. And this is the one thing. The other thing is, if you have an existing product, you can use the same tools to actually compare yourself against your competitors in Europe. You might be surprised sometimes that you might not have any competitors in some markets. So do your market research. There's a lot of agencies which are partners of mine. They can help you out with that, but you have all the information, you have all the tools. So you just need to do your due diligence before you start. So step one, step two, let's say you decide to go to Europe. What else should you consider, is important? So the other things that are very important under step two are VAT, which is like the sales tax in the USA. This is a tax that is paid by the consumer. And the other thing is product compliance. Product compliance doesn't apply for every product that you're planning to sell, but this is something that you need to check, because sometimes the product compliance is something that you need to get even before the VAT. And the good news is I have several partners who can help out with that. They're going to consult and they're going to tell, okay, John, Mary, James, whatever, you need this certificate. We're going to help out. Or you don't need any certificate. So once that is clear, the next thing that you need to do and you need to cover is the value added tax, the VAT, And the reason for that is because without VAT, you cannot start selling on Amazon, for example. This is a must. On Shopify, the same. So you need to have a VAT number. And the VAT number is a registration in one market in Europe. I'm gonna go into more details why you need that and how you should do it. But just remember, this is something that you must do. And it takes 2 up to 4 months to obtain the VAT number. And before you have that, you cannot start selling. So that's why it's good to do the planning. Until you're waiting for the VAT to be published, then you need to go to the other steps. Fiscal representation. This is an insurance which covers your VAT liabilities if you decide not to pay them and disappear. So in some markets there is such thing, but I'm going to actually talk about the markets where you don't need to do that. Obviously, less money, less bureaucracy on your end. The other part is custom logistics. So in the meantime, when you're waiting for the VAT to be issued by the tax authority, you will need to actually take care of your importing your stock, arranging the import of your stock to Europe. So the good thing is we have partners for that as well. So, you're covered until point 3. And now we come to probably the most important part of the equation, because if you do 1, 2, 3, if you decide to use a translation tool, even ChatGPT, you'll be, I'm not gonna say the word, but you're gonna be. Anyways, I mean, people are not gonna buy your product. I know that from experience. I was selling in 20 markets. We're using agencies in Bulgaria at the beginning, and the translations were not good. And my partners were telling me, "Okay, man, who did your translation? I mean, that's not correct." And then we started using localized partners in the markets, and then our sales increased a lot, because if people don't connect with what we're selling, they're not gonna buy that. And this applies even for English speaking. So for example, if you come from the USA and you start selling in the UK, there are specific words that, I mean, are different. So I need to have a localization and translation. This is something that Omar can help you out. So let's say you have the product, you're waiting for the VAT, you're arranging the product, the import of your goods, and of course you're dealing with the translations. So you have all the action plan to get started in Europe. But of course, somebody would ask, okay, but VAT now is not that simple as you explained that. Of course, I mean, it's not that simple, but this is the only thing that you should worry about. So I'm going to tell you more about what exactly we do at hellotax. So when online sellers are expanding, in Europe, they need to be tax compliant, as I said earlier. You need to get your VAT in at least one market. So these are the things that you should know as an e-commerce seller. You need to know your VAT liability, how much VAT you had to pay, and how much you need to pay in all the markets where you have been operating. So this is something that you must know. You need to register for VAT in one or more countries. You need to have a complete view of the movement of your stock across Europe, because it's reported. And the last but not the least, you need to have complete visibility across all your sales channels, like Amazon, Shopify, whatever else you're using. But the good news is that obviously hellotax takes care of all of that. So this is something that you need to do it by yourself, but this is what we do for sellers. Now, the company was founded by two ex-Amazon sellers, and it's actually a very cool story, because I used to be a client of them before I started running the partnership. So they used to have an Amazon-like brand, Kristen and Christoph. They were chatting in a Facebook group, and they said, okay, man, I don't have a good VAT compliance solution. And one of the guys said, okay, let's build a company. So fast forward to right now, we have over 2,000 clients, 15,000 subscribers, and this is what we do. We help companies to expand in Europe. That's our goal number one. And since this is your responsibility and this is what we cover for you, let's talk about where you should start. Because when somebody comes to us and they ask, okay, Nick, where should we start? We went to Amazon, and Amazon told us, okay, you guys should do the pan-EU. Don't listen to Amazon. That's bullshit. No, Amazon makes money from the fees that you pay. So of course they're going to say, go and do VAT registration in 5 countries, which is a very bad idea for a few reasons. First, these are 5 different tax authorities. You're going to get one VAT, let's say now you're going to get the next month. But in general, you don't need that many VATs to sell across Europe. You just need a single one. So to do it the smart way, just start with one location. And this is the markets that we recommend. Poland, Italy, and Germany are one of the easiest markets. In Spain, you should avoid them like the plague. Spain is good for vacation. Spain should be your last option if you expand to Europe, because they require original documents, notary translation, all the things that would make your life harder, and it would extend the period for which you need to get the VAT. So just remember that. Poland, Germany, Italy. And Germany is the most demanded one for a few reasons. I'm going to go into more details in one of the next slides why Germany is the best country to start with. And another thing, people ask me, okay, why the hell should I get the VAT? Why can I sell without? Not anymore. You cannot do that. Before, there's a lot of Chinese sellers which were doing that, and because of that, the European Union changed the VAT legislation in 2021. So right now, especially on Amazon, eBay, you have no chance. If you're a non-EU company, Amazon is going to collect the VAT and pay that to the tax authority. So without VAT number and without paying VAT, you have no way of doing that. So these are the things, the reasons why you need to get VAT. Before July 2021, whenever you're selling in a certain country, there was a different threshold. So the threshold was different. So whenever you hit that, you need to register for VAT. So the good news is this is not valid anymore. There is a new VAT regime which was introduced in 2021, which is called the one-stop shop, which allows you to opt in and register for the OSS. This is the abbreviation for one-stop shop. Once you hit 10,000 euro, and in this case, you would need to have one VAT in one country, and you can make sales to all the B2C clients across the European Union. So just remember that you don't need multiple VATs, just one VAT, and you can sell across the whole European Union. So this is the thing that has improved a lot, and which was done to encourage companies to, like smaller businesses, to expand across Europe, especially the e-commerce businesses. So the other thing is, when you store goods in a country, you need to have VAT, and it's from the first product that you're storing there. So if you have storage in Germany, you need a VAT number. If you have storage in Czech Republic, you have VAT. You need to get VAT number. I don't know what happened. I cannot see my. Okay, I see it now. So if you store goods in any given country in Europe, you need to have VAT. So this is something that hasn't changed. So first option, you have one VAT, one OSS, and you can make deliveries to clients across the whole European Union from one location. Second option is you hold stock at multiple countries, so you need to have multiple VATs. And of course, you need to file the reports in those markets. Okay, so there is something which, of course, everybody remembers Brexit. Some people even forgot about that, but for Amazon and e-commerce sellers, it was a big change. And because of that, Amazon reopened the European fulfillment network between the UK and the EU. That was done in March 2022. And what this means that a lot of companies who stopped selling after Brexit now, they can do that without setting up obviously like a second storage or a second VAT in Europe. So how does this work? The first thing and the most important is you should not exceed the sale price of your products should not exceed 150 euro or 135 British pounds. So what you can do, you can enable all the marketplaces in the EU if you're from the UK, or vice versa, and you can sell to the European Union using the Amazon IOSS registration. So I'm not going to go into a lot of details, but just remember that if you apply, you can take advantage of that, and you can start selling without setting up like a warehouse or like an FBA for Amazon or any like 3PL in Europe or in the UK. So this is actually a big advantage which was done, of course, probably Amazon influenced that because they're a big player, and of course they pay a lot of taxes. No, this is actually questionable how much taxes they pay, but that's just an assumption. So just remember that, you can do that. But of course, if you're selling high value products, you would not be able to take advantage from that. So a lot of people ask us, so what is your solution? What do you recommend? So for anybody who is planning to start in Europe, we recommend the following options. You get one VAT in Germany or the UK. UK is option number 2 always after Brexit, but for a lot of English-speaking companies like from the USA, from Australia, from other markets, they prefer to start from the UK. But if you ask me, always go with Germany, and I'll tell you why you should go with Germany. If you're an English-speaking company, Germany doesn't require you to do translations, so they accept the documents in English. So this is an advantage one. Then the second thing, the fiscal representation insurance, which I mentioned in the beginning, is not required in Germany. Advantage 2, you pay less, you deal with less bureaucracy. Advantage number 3, Germany is the biggest Amazon market after Amazon.com. A lot of people are saying it's Japan, but after Brexit, what we know is that Germany is the second biggest market, and they're growing. So it's second biggest market that you can sell your products on. So that's a huge advantage. And the last, but not the least reason, is because Germany is located in the middle of Europe. So if you're about to do that, you can use Germany as a dispatch. You set up the VAT in Germany. We have the customs partner who is going to help you out with the import of your stocks. We have several logistics partners who can help out with the or actually the logistic part of your business. And the last thing that you might need or might not need is the OSS registration. So just to explain, if you're a non-EU company selling on Amazon, you don't need the OSS registration, because Amazon is going to use their own OSS registration, and you can sell from Germany to European B2C clients across the whole European Union, just from this location. OSS registration would be required only if you also sell on Shopify, because Shopify is not deemed supplier, which is the term used for Amazon. So in this case, you would need to have the OSS registration, and you would need to also pay the VAT returns for your sales in Shopify, and the same thing with OSS. So just to summarize now, one VAT in Germany, of course, you can do UK, but I recommend Germany. OSS registration if you sell on Shopify or other like platform, which is not like Amazon, eBay, Cdiscount, Kaufland. And then you would need to file monthly reports for your sales. And also, if you're doing the OSS, you need to do quarterly reports, and all that is done by us. But just to summarize again, if you're a non-EU company, you just need one VAT selling on Amazon, and that's it. If you're selling on Amazon and other like platforms like Shopify, you need to have the OSS. So this is everything that you need. And the reason for that is the following: you start selling from Germany, you sell to clients in France, Italy, Spain, Portugal, it doesn't matter. I order from Germany and from Bulgaria, and I get here for like 2 or 3 days. So anybody in the European Union is your potential client. So, and when you start your campaign, you're going to pay a little more for the shipping. You have a little higher fees, but you're going to be ABCD testing the whole European Union market. And once you validate that your products are selling very well, let's say in France or in Italy, then it would make sense to do a second VAT, so you can actually make quicker deliveries and you can reduce the cost of your shipping and your fees. But the smart way to start is just one VAT. Just start small and scale based on your results, because you would need to optimize your campaign. And like I said, this is what we do for you guys. We have people speaking multiple languages. We have a partner network of over 500 companies who can help out with anything that you might need, and not only for Europe, but globally. And what we're going to do for you, you're going to have your account manager, you're going to have a software which would work really easy. You have an Amazon account, we connect your Amazon account, we pull the data, we file the report, we publish the VAT return. If you're EU-based company, you need to pay that. If you're non-EU company, Amazon collects the money, and that's it. You can give access to your accountant, bookkeeper. If you don't have one, we can recommend one. But the idea is that you don't deal with the VAT, we deal for you, so you can deal with your business. And of course, now we have a free software. You can check it out. We can have that in the follow-up email. But if some of you guys are brave enough to go on Europe, not only for vacation, we're giving away 6 free VAT registrations. Each VAT registration is €300. So just get in touch after the webinar, and we can advise you and we can help out. And we can give you even some other offer for our partners. But I think that's it. I hope that you guys, I didn't scare you. So, and now I think we can go to the next speaker, because once you have the VAT, you need to start selling. And to start selling, otherwise, you'll be filing like 0 reports, and we will be making money, but this is not good for you. So I guess no. Oh, I'm not sure who is next, Omar, but we need to start.
That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, it's really good. I thought it's going to be a lot drier, but really, I enjoyed it, and there's a lot of information that every time I hear this, I'm taking out new stuff. So it's really important, and it's easier than it sounds. So I think it's just perfect to go in. You have one number and you can sell everywhere. Daria, do you want to go next?
Sure. Thank you very much,
Great.
Omar.
Great.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. So actually, after we talk about VAT, I was thinking like, oh my gosh, it's so good that here in UAE and in the Middle East, we don't have such problems. So let me just introduce shortly, like basics on Middle East market. So we, as software company, we also didn't start the UAE market, but they came across this market because I think this market First, it has very great potential, because if you see now everywhere is recession, and Middle East and actually two markets, UAE and Saudi Arabia, are growing still very aggressively. The second thing is, you can see here, Amazon USA has 2.5 million sellers, and Europe has more than 1 million sellers. Guess how many sellers in Amazon, and total actually across the region we have here in Middle East? It's only 35,000. So that much. It's literally like big market with great potential, with very, very low competition. So I guess it's like, let's say, Amazon USA in 2014. So that's why I think this is the market many people want to go. So for this market, we have here two main marketplaces, which is one is Noon UAE, and second one is Amazon. The beauty of Amazon, that once you got your account on Amazon UAE, you also can sell with that account in Saudi Arabia. So and Amazon, you can open a corporate account and individual account as well. So both are works, but you need to have resident. You need to be UAE resident to open the account. Once you open the account, the main thing is actually the question what to sell, and we help with this with product search basically. We have two brands. First one is Sellematics. They established a few years ago, 2 years ago, and our portfolio of brands has like big brands such as Procter & Gamble, L'Oreal, Colgate-Palmolive, etc. And the second product, it's actually SellScreen, which we suggest for small business, because the subscription is actually quite affordable. So what kind of data we collect? Our approach is always the same. We collect all the data from marketplaces, and here you can see the number of products for each marketplace. So for Amazon UAE, you can see here 15 million products, actually based in UAE from the merchants who are here in UAE. But for customer, we also can see like 100 million products, basically US product feed. For Noon marketplace, its number is lower, and actually Amazon has 7,000 sellers. 7,000 sellers who has their stocks and who has sales in UAE. For Amazon, here's only for Noon, sorry, it's only 3,000 sellers and 4 million products. And on Saudi, it's even less. They also getting the data from Shopify. This is more like product search tool, because, you know, like once you check, you know, like what's going on with global market, you can make sure that you arbitrage this idea, Arabize it, and sell in the local market. And also, from my notice here, even now, for example, PPC for Amazon is about 4 dirhams, which is basically $1, around like $1. And if you're saying about the PPC for like Facebook, Instagram here, is also about the same. So many sellers actually, they actually also choosing to use mixed model, basically Shopify and two marketplaces. What's the difference between Noon and Amazon? First of all, it's not only the number of sales, it's also, as you see, like it has more restriction. Noon has more restriction because you can sell as an individual. You definitely need to have company and local bank account. This is the big difference. But competition here is like really, really low. So you only compete with 3,000 sellers. So what the actual difference? I guess Noon is more popular among local population and Arab expats, and for Amazon is more like expats for everywhere. Is, you know, like for example in UAE, 80% of the population it's not local population, so it's more like expats from everywhere using Amazon. And also Amazon more strict on the policy for the customers, so it's like more customer-centric platform. And Noon, basically you can have like return rate of them more or less than Amazon. For example, you can say like this product is not we could press that this product can be changed, and so basically customer can change, can return this product back. So what data you can say you can see from sales screen? First of all, what we show, they show the total number of each category. So for example, here you can see, let's go to the back, root category. Yeah, so the largest category on Noon Marketplace and Home and Kitchen, and actually that kind of split is different between Noon and Amazon. For Amazon is still more electronic as mobile. Second is beauty and health, with big domination on fifth as baby products. Some numbers are like lower like compared to the previous period, but we can choose, for example, let's choose high season, and it's going to be better. Yeah, so it's going to be better. Yeah, so this is high season, so like dynamic is actually more positive. So many sellers asking, okay, great, not much sellers, but why there are not much sellers? Maybe because of size of the market is not that big, and I can't become, you know, like make sizable business out of this. It depends on definition, I guess, of sizable business, but there, of course, there's big sellers who are selling with who has very substantial revenue coming from those two marketplaces. And let's just check, for example, the products. For example, we go to the category kitchen and dining. And for kitchen and dining, they can see like the best selling products is cookware, then it's dinerware, etc. So this is the kitchen and dining product category, and you can see here a part of like those products with very high price which were deleted by marketplace. You can see here number of products with the revenue higher than 100 dirhams, which is actually 100 dirhams. It's around 29,000 USD. So I definitely would say there are lots of potential on this marketplace and this market as well. So we have, I guess, to better understand the market, I suggest you to check the sales screen yourself. We provide, let me check. We provide 5 trial days with the promo code MarginBusiness 5. So you can enter this sales screen and check the information regarding the product niche you actually wanna go. Yeah, I guess yeah, this is it. I was thinking that you given like around 10-15 minutes to each speaker, so I wouldn't say more. Yeah, just suggest you to register for the tool. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, let me know.
Great. We're going to take some questions at the end if there's any question, but thank you so much, okay. Daria. I really enjoyed this update over the UAE market, the Saudi market, and upcoming. Anyway, this is going to be big. Hi, we want to hear your part now, because this is now we're going deep into selling US, Europe, or anywhere you want to sell with his tool. It's definitely manageable. And the best thing, I mean, for me, but I hear always is you can get your money back. And this is so easy, because Amazon is taking literally your money, especially when you're a big seller. You want that money back, so, and Hai will help you with that, but a lot more, but please tell them yourself.
Hey, thank you very much, Omar, for inviting me and Eva to this call. So after, like when I was listening, Nick, I mean, definitely it's boring stuff. So my advice is don't deal with it. Just go to hellotax, right? So it's easy. It's an easy way to handle the stuff, rather than try to think too much about that. So, and I mean, I really like what Daria was showing. It was really amazing to give the insights. Now, as like the speakers already put, how to expand and how to check the data, actionable insights. As you said, now let's look at the operation itself. Like, how are we going to sell, and what will happen? Now, first of all, I mean, I'm just hearing pretty much like bad news here and there. Obviously, the 23 is a recession time. That's what most of the financial institutions are forecasting. And we can imagine US growth will be around maybe 1-2%. We have seen big tech companies like Google, Amazon, Microsoft, maybe laying off more than 40,000-50,000 people. That's a great indication that more will come. The European, growth will be pretty much flat. I mean, actually, I would bet more in Middle East, because the Middle East, Africa, there is always growth as the population is increasing for many reasons. And there is already money flow. But I mean, it's a recession time. So my first advice, or, there are 3 things I would like to talk about today, and maybe 4, as I have 10 more minutes. And I would like to start with profits. Now, let me just, kind of share my screen and maybe start from there. Hopefully you can see my screen now. And, what I want to make sure is here is a dashboard, which we use in Eva. And, there's more than 3,000 brands on the Eva platform globally. And one of the important things is because we manage more than 200 brands, we are kind of our own customer. We develop the platform. We also kind of use the platform to serve more than 200 brands globally, 70% being in North America. So what is very important for every single brand is to make sure that you have the full control of your profit. Not an easy thing. I know that there are a lot of tools in the market as well, but the key point here is, and what we work all the time, unfortunately, a lot of tools are not showing exactly what the profit is. So here are the problems. Number 1, the Amazon fees, even changing every 10-15 days, we see an increase on the FBA fees. And the sellers need to be aware of this, that these FBA fees are changing all the time. Unfortunately, the costs are changing all the time, sometimes in a good way, because the supply chain costs kind of decrease compared to a year back. But if you look at the manufacturing cost, even cost of China, Vietnam, Mexico, it's all increasing due to inflation. And there is a certain level of inflation in almost every single country. So cost is changing. FBA fees are changing, advertising fees are changing, and to bring the right data real time, that's what we work on. And that's my recommendation, whether with Eva or not, make sure that you know exactly what your profits are for current period, for yesterday, last week, last month. What's your organic sales versus advertising sales. What's your expenses? The expenses you get on the settlement report. What we do is like we kind of blend that settlements together with the data that is real time coming from the advertising costs, etc. So we blend it together so you can have a real time expense. And what is your ACOS? And more important than that, what's your TACOS? Because you need to know that, like, at the end of the day, it's not exactly how much money you spend on advertising, but like every big brand, they kind of have an idea, right? If I spend $1 million, like if their revenue is $1 million, maybe they have a target to spend $100K to advertising. So having advertising as a fraction of total sales makes more sense if you are an Amazon seller doing more than 50K. If you are just a new beginner, you don't care, right? You need to spend money on advertising because that's the most legitimate way to increase, like to gain traction. Let's put it in this way. So know your profits, make sure that you know what's going on in your business. So that's number one. Number two, I think that, you know, we are the company 2 years ago started the dynamic pricing. And when we start talking about dynamic pricing as a way of maximizing the profits for the private label / brand sellers, I mean, I got a lot of resistance, right? You know, a lot of people were like, hey, we don't care about changing the prices. I want my prices to be stable. It needs to be fixed. And then, you know, what happened is like inflation came, the costs are changing, FBA fees are changing. But more important than that, as hundreds of sellers started to use dynamic pricing, what they realized is like, there is a way to maximize the profit because the demand is changing, as well as, I mean, there is a more important criteria, which is the conversion rate. And there is a correlation between the conversion rate and the price. There is another correlation between conversion rate and ACOS as well. Now, what we do in EVA is like, we use that buzzword artificial intelligence. Now, thanks God that with that chat CPD, etc., now people kind of understand that it's not just a buzzword, but there is some real applications using AI. So what we do is like, we use the power of AI and we make sure that there is a use of dynamic pricing in order to maximize the profits. For example, like, you know, if I, you know, kind of pick, you know, like, you know, I just want to, you know, pick a daily sales wheel on EVA and try to kind of like show what's going on every day, including like, you know, every single cost. And if I select a product and for this product, like what you're seeing is every single day, as the demand is increasing based on the inventory levels, based on the sales trend of last week, last month, last quarter, last year, as well as based on the CVR, not only the conversion rate for last week, last month, but the conversion rate for yesterday in the morning, in the noon, in the afternoon, in the evening, we are able to adjust the prices. Now, whether you use EVA or not, what I'm saying is, and I see that a lot of like, you know, different companies popped up like, you know, in the last 6 months, also claiming dynamic pricing, which is great because which means that, hey, it is mandatory now. Like if you're on Amazon, you can play with the price. It's not something you can do manually. You can play with the price and you can maximize the profit because, hey, it's 23, you want to grow fast, okay, but the market is not that good enough, right? It's recession time. So the best is really to focus on also maximizing the profits. One of the other things that we discovered, it's not about dynamic pricing, but it's about dynamic discounting. Advanced topic, but we try to make it easy. What if you are able to give a discount, a strike-through price in the morning, 10%, at the noontime, 15%, and in the evening, maybe 20%. I mean, hypothetically. The reason why the discounting changes during the time of the day is because the conversion rate is different. So psychologically, etc., there are a couple of reasons for that, but we are already observing through Amazon Marketing Cloud data, which we pretty much have access to 25 million products and their conversion rates with Eva. I mean, but I can tell you that generally, like in the morning, there is different conversion rate. Maybe people check the product, maybe they don't buy, maybe in the evening they buy because they are relaxed. I mean, they're like different time zones that the conversion rate changes, and you can have a different discount to increase or decrease, help with the conversion rate and also maximize the profit. I mean, kind of advanced topics. Nobody was looking into this before, but now we have seen that, with more than, thousands of stores that are using dynamic pricing, they are able to increase their profits by 15, 20%. We think, the more profits you have, hey, take that money, invest it into advertising, right? Because I know that a lot of agencies are telling the same story. It's all about, it's a pay-per-play platform. You need to spend money to make money. Then the question is like, what is your ACOS? What is your TACOS? And can you grow by using advertising? Now I'm coming to the third point, which is advertising. So for the last 10 months, we are looking at all different type of solutions. We have a PPC team, pretty big team of almost 35 people. And we are one of the biggest partners globally now for Amazon. As an Amazon Advanced partner, we look at how we can reduce the time of the PPC specialist, as well as how we can reduce the cost of managing advertising. So, because what is important here is and that's what we see, the advertising still is the number one problem for most of the brands to grow. It's also the number one opportunity because, if you are, still trying to, be a member of some masterminds and try to find some gray hat tactics as an Amazon seller, my recommendation, my advice, stay away from these groups and gurus and etc. Because sooner or later, Amazon will catch you and they will suspend your account, and you're going to be meeting with some other guys which will claim maybe at least 10K, 50K to, reactivate your account, etc. So the best on Amazon is to play this game in a safe way. And the safe means you need to play with advertising. It's so great machine. The advertising itself is you can launch your products in the right way. You can grow your business. You can create repeat customers, increase organic growth. There are so many different ways for every type of seller right now by using advertising. I'm not saying that's the only way, but even compared to the value of organic and ranking and SEO, I mean, for example, 3-4 years ago, you can optimize your SEO and you can already be on the first row or second row when somebody searches for that keyword, right? I mean, today the first row is sponsored brand. Second row is the sponsored product. If you're lucky, maybe you're on the third row. So what I'm trying to say here is SEO, image optimization. Hey, everybody's doing that. There is nothing very special. But on advertising, it is the way to play the game on Amazon. So what we did was we blended that advertising and pricing on Eva. Now we are using a combination of 50% automation and artificial intelligence, 50% having a specialist, and we kind of made that managed service, not just the software, because a lot of brands are complaining that they are buying a software which creates like keywords and new campaigns every day, and it's not optimized, it's just automated, which is a different thing. And then if they hire somebody else, then it will be thousands of dollars. So what we do is like have a PPC specialist, have the automation all together, starting from $500. That's kind of like what we do. So advertising, what if like you have a great store and you manage the whole thing for $500, and you have the AI and you have the best PPC specialist, you can reach anytime, makes more sense. I think, that can be a great way for all the agencies to try to look at how they can automate. So the cost of advertising to cost of managing advertising goes down from a couple of $1,000s to a couple of $100, and, which is, I think, possible by using AI. Like it is possible to use the ChatGPT and other tools to make SEO even faster, better, and people are getting amazed with that. Hey, I'm telling the thing here. Yes, using AI combined with the PPC guy, that will even give you a much better, view, and like you can reduce the cost significantly down to $500 to manage the entire advertising for your brand. I don't think there is a need to pay $1 more than that. So my last point is what you said, Omar, and I think it's important, which is about reimbursements. And reimbursements is something like it's super important to know, first of all, if it is transparent or not. I mean, we have seen so many companies claiming that they do reimbursements, and I think they do it well. I have no problem with that. But one of the things is like, again, it's 23. Why to pay more for this reimbursement? It's your money. You can audit the financial transactions on Amazon, and you can recover thousands of dollars from Amazon by auditing the transactions. Now, my claim is very simple. What we did was, again, we use automation, we use reimbursement specialists. We are the only advanced partner of Amazon, which is also kind of doing the reimbursements. Now, here's the thing. It's done based on a 13% recovery fee, 13%. Because I think in the market, there are a couple of companies trying to charge 25%. It is a ridiculous price. And I am very happy if all these companies reduce their pricing to much lower, because this is already the money of the Amazon seller. We are facilitating a transaction. We are making sure that they claim the money, they get the money. And I think that, if the sellers try to do it on their own, they should be spending, a lot of time to try to get, in some cases, a couple of dollars, some cases, maybe, $100. But that's like, there are too many small transactions that you need to audit in order to get the reimbursements back from Amazon. And what I'm saying is it makes sense to outsource this, but it doesn't make sense to pay 20, 25%. There is absolutely no reason for that. I am claiming that, we look at 26 plus cases and ensure that you take every single dollar on the table, and we made it transparent. Weekly reimbursements, everything is transparent, 13% recovery fee. And I mean, that's what the market should be. We'll be very happy if everybody is charging that, so that we can even, give our customers to the other reimbursement companies, no problem at all. So these are the 4 things. Let me repeat again. Know your profits. That's like super important. Like as an Amazon seller, you need to know your profits. In 23, you want to differentiate, so you need to make money. Number 2, you can use dynamic pricing, demand, inventory-based, ACOS, TACOS. Make sure that that dynamic pricing powered by AI can help you to maximize your profits. Number 3, you can reduce your advertising costs by first starting by looking at how much you're spending on managing the advertising. And I said $500, and I'm serious about that. And the number 4, why don't you recover all the money that you already have on Amazon on reimbursements? And you're not a reimbursement specialist. You don't need to do it on your own. unless you want to focus on your brand, your product, your innovation. But here's the thing, why to pay more money? Pay 13%, get your reimbursements done. These are my four things for 23. And thank you, Omar, for giving me the chance.
Thank you so much. Hi, this is sounds all everything sounds perfect, you know. I mean, and even just I wanted to jump in for the Chat GPT new AI tool, you know. People, you explained it very well, you know, because now it's not that the AI will actually take over and we all gonna you know do nothing anymore. No, we're gonna get stronger with the AI because the AI still needs us in order to do the fine-tuning work. So this is definitely same in PPC. Now we can get faster, we can get more accurate, but we still have to have somebody who's checking in the back and looking that everything is going good, you know, because the AI is not, you know, does mistakes. It's not a human. So very good. Great. Gustavs, I would love to hear what you can do for the Amazon sellers, because I'm seeing you popping up left and right on LinkedIn. You know, your content is great. I really like it. And please let us know more about eCOMHUB.
Yeah, thanks. I will not share anything. I will ask some questions to the previous speakers, and from that I will go to the main idea. I think I can. Can I go, Omar, with some questions, because there was
Sure, no problem.
Okay, cool. Nick, you were saying one thing. Spain is the worst place where to go right now, but I saw the last numbers, and they are promising us that in the 2023 the sales volume will grow for 30% in the Spain. So I think hellotax need to think about some.
Yeah, one correction. No, I didn't say not to go to Spain. I said not to get the VAT in Spain. You can set up your VAT in Germany and still sell in Spain. So,
okay, cool. Because if you guys are looking, the Spain, the Germany is like the huge market right now. They're popping up, they're growing really fast. So this advice about making the VAT in Germany, it's something really great. So use that. And Daria, you mentioned about that there is not enough sellers in the Emirates, in all this region, and that's pretty cool. Because so you suggest that we need to copy something what works in different countries to the Emirates side too, or what's your suggestion from that side?
Yeah, so basically there could be few strategies. First is, of course, arbitrage of what's working outside of UAE. And second is actually Arabization and localization, thus what works here locally, because this is a big thing here.
Yeah, that's a huge market. Those who hasn't been in that side, like that's crazy, something crazy. Yeah, so cool. Thanks for some idea, because there is some cool things happening in Europe. Maybe we can, in US, we can copy that to that place too. So good luck there. You have a lot of still work to do there, because the more sellers will come in, the more sales will happen again.
Sure.
And I didn't know about the Saudi Arabia, because I know that market right now is growing like hardly in the property side. If the best place right now to buy property is Riyadh, because it's growing like I think 60% per year. So
it's fast. So it's pretty fast.
Yes, it's very fast. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's crazy. And hey, you told about the costs, clear costs. This is something crazy. We are working this year with all our e-commerce clients. Clear costs of everything what you do, and my suggestion, I agree. Understand all those costs, and then advertising will be not a problem, because when you understand how much you make per customer and the lifetime and all other numbers, you will just put in the ads in, and that's great advice. So overall, great panel we have today. I'm really happy to be part of this, and thank you guys. And I think my one topic, not topic, but one idea why I wanted to talk today is the really old quote from Bill Gates, that content is the king. And for me, this quote didn't make any sense till last year's March, when we did one experiment. We had one brand which was going into the US market from Europe, from small country in Europe. They was going in, and we was testing the broad targeting in the meta versus the specific targeting, where we had some specific targeting, and win with that campaign, which was broad, and it won because creatives was specific made for target audience. And in that moment, we understood one thing, which is trying to tell us all the time, all advertising platforms where we do something, that our creatives is the targeting. So that means today, as they told, that if you are searching some great strategies somewhere about optimizing, getting something better, or in the technical side, this is the not right thing what we are doing right now. We are focusing on making the creatives which talk with the audience. So today, if you want to get some results in classic advertising platforms like Meta or any other platforms right now, that TikTok is doing the same, you need to make creatives which talk with your audience, which talk specific with the audience and with the problems you are solving. So Omar told that there's a lot of content coming out from my side, and that's a huge thing for everyone today, that we understand the basic things of the content, how it's created. So every content piece always has some hook, it has some story, it has some offer. In organic things, of course, you don't put those offers in, you put something else. But this hook and story part is something you need to learn into your advertising part too. And this is the place where you can start to play with advertising outside of the Amazon and get people into the Amazon through this advertising stuff, what you do. Because when you will make those creatives which talk specific with your audience, with the problem you are solving, then you can get, I don't know about the exact numbers. We haven't made the tests right now, but it's in the progress right now. But I think you can get pretty good numbers when you get people with your links into the Amazon, and you start to, I would say, make some good money on that too. So yeah, just understand that our new targeting way is the creatives, and creatives is the targeting. So the things what you put in the creatives, the people who talk in the creatives, the things what you show there is the way how you will target and how you will help to all the algorithms find your target audience. So that's one quote I wanted to give away today. I just focus on that one thing, and that's how we can help to any Amazon seller, to any seller in the e-commerce stores. We can help with creating those creatives and optimizing them, and that's the main thing what we do today. So yeah, I would be really happy to make some discussion about this topic, because I could talk like a year for that, but it's like maybe there are some specific things we can cover from that.
Great. I think this is already amazing, and I'm sure you will see him as well popping up everywhere, because it's good content, very nice, filmed, and yeah, I'm looking forward to see some more and to do more webinars and go deeper on this topic as well, because this is where we go. Video, people wants to see videos, and everything is faster. So the shorter the videos, the more message, the more important stuff we put in there, we get the attention from somebody. So this is really something we all need to work on. Obviously, when there's webinars, it can be longer, because this is some valuable information which cannot be put in a 2 minutes or 1 minute video. So definitely,
there is one more thing, Omar, I wanted to add. Right now, we are the first time in our all social media history when all the platforms is asking the same format of the content.
Yeah,
all platforms, you can right now post, maybe you can we add some comments too. You can add into 9 platforms right now. You can make one video and put it on the 9 platforms.
That's exactly what I did, by the way. After I finished, I post on LinkedIn. All my employees, they post on their LinkedIns. We post on Facebook, all the pages, on Twitter. And so, this is the thing. And one thing that you guys mentioned, John, I'm just gonna mention something quickly, Omar, the short form videos. Recently, me and some partners, we started doing a lot of 1-minute videos. So the longer webinars that we did or the recordings, we start to cut them into shorts, 1-minute shorts, because I know Gustavs, he's doing that as well on Twitter. And just this is good for you guys. It is good for brands. If you have a brand, it's good for service providers because people are lazy now. I'm not joking. Nobody's going to watch the webinar. They're going to watch the 1-minute shorts that we can cut after that. And not because we're boring or not because people are busy now. So that's why you need to do that. And of course, if you use ChatGPT, even better. But I'm sure Gustavs much more than that, Especially
but one thing is create those videos, but second one is distributing that, and that's a thing where people are really messing up right now. If you create them, then distribute them to all the platforms, so you can get still the attention additional. So that's a huge thing, creating. And one idea, if you film this kind of the long webinars, I have a team right now which is working for me. They are taking out the topics from this webinars, which after that you can make as a short videos. You don't cut it straightly, but they just make some scripts and you can just talk about that in a separate, smaller video format. Because right now today we opening here a lot of topics which can be after that
repurposed
as a short videos.
Yeah. We do this already. We do this, but not at that extent. So I think we can do a lot more, and it's easy right now because at some point it will not so easy anymore because everyone will create their content and we're going to we will be sinking under content. But now I think we have a few layers left in order to do that. So I will go last now, very quickly. I won't because I know we have been a long time already here, so I will make it very quick. Then let me just share my screen quickly. Where is it? Here. It's not you, it's here. Okay, let's share this one. Great, I hope everyone can see that. So I will talk not about translation today, but more about localization and to know your customer. Because we live in an international world, you can sell on any marketplace in the world, and it's very important to understand all of this. So MarginBusiness, our agency, is a global consulting firm that specializes in helping brands to succeed on Amazon, like yourself, but we are specialized in listing optimization and cultural differences in localization, translation, and we help all the customers to penetrate new markets wherever they want to sell. We can help them in order to succeed there, because alone you will be able, but you won't be that successful because you need somebody to do that. So my name is Omar Angry. I'm the CEO and co-founder of MarginBusiness. And I want to talk about focusing on your customer has never been more important, because we know the last years, 2014, like we already mentioned, nobody has really thought about how can I please my customer. We just throw some stuff which we bought out of China, and then we make a few millions, and then we it hits the market and it's all good. But it's not that easy anymore. So right now, the question is why translating is not enough. Before it was the question why Google Translate is not enough. So now we're already at the next stage. We don't even talk about Google Translate anymore. Whoever uses Google Translate, sorry, but it don't work, So now why is translating not enough? So translation alone is not sufficient anymore for e-commerce, because it's only addresses the language barrier. So the localization, on the other hand, will help you to understand your customer really and to go into the culture. As you see all the flags on this globe, what I have here in front of me. you can see there are so many different countries and everyone speaks different language, everyone has a different culture. Even if you go cross from Bulgaria to Romania, you know, I was there, we met Nick like in October. It was a complete, it's different countries, it's different culture. So it's not just because it's like 100 kilometers different, it's the same country, no. So it's really important. And images, the descriptions, images, pricing, the target market, optimization of your keywords, everything needs to be in line with your product, with your listing. So it's, like I said, it's not anymore just you get a brand from China and then you know, and just sell it. It's not possible anymore. So you need branding. I did a podcast yesterday about it, and it's as well confirmed. It's about branding. So additionally, localization ensures that products comply with legal and regulatory requirements. So in the US, sometimes you can sell more products of, for example, supplements in the US than you can in the UAE or you can in the European Union. There's differences. There's difference what you can say in the listings. There's difference in how you approach a customer, different wording. So all of this is important. So as you can see, we are way past Google Translate right now. Customer centricity. Everything is about the customer now. So it's so important that we listen to our customer, that we check out where our customers at. So cultural sensitivity. So, well, like I already said, use your words wisely in the listings. Check, always work with native speakers who live in the country, who follow up the changes in the language, because language can change. You know, we don't speak anymore like in the 18th century. So everything is changing. And you need to be aware that right now we are so fast and changing that even 10 years or 5 years can make a difference when you speak to the youth or the next generation of buyers you want actually address, or who's buying your product in these different countries. Colors. So when you do colors of packaging, symbolism, your logo, your advertising, branding, everything is different. So Western cultures, Asian cultures, you need really to look at what you're selling, where you're selling it, how you brand it, how you market it. I know it's a lot of information, but if you like a funnel, you funnel it down, you follow a roadmap, and then it's not a problem. So every language, every country you want to sell in, every language you need to approach with a company you're working with, like for example MarginBusiness, who provide these services. You need to really give everything to them in order that they understand what you're doing and what you as well want. So as well, holidays and special events. Not everyone has the same holidays. Not everyone has Thanksgiving. Not everyone. There is plenty different holidays where we actually can sell more. For example, in Germany, we can sell a lot on Easter as well. We can say some Easter eggs, you know, or just an example. So there is so many different ways in order to start campaigns out of the normal holidays like Christmas or like the end of the year or anything like that. So really diversify and think bigger. Product design and features, I already mentioned this. It's really depending on the culture, adapt your design and even the product, because sometimes the product don't even work in the country you want to sell it in. Tone and language. Like I already mentioned, for the localization, it's very important that you pay attention not to use a good tone in the listing. I mean, for everyone is a good tone in listing, but sometimes for younger generation, you can talk freely. For older generation, maybe you need to address them differently, because don't forget that these people, they have the credit card in their hand. It's literally in their hand. They need to click a button. And if they connect with your listing and they like you, they click your button. That's it. They take your product and they come back and they come back and they come back. Because why would they buy from anyone else when they really enjoy your product? You follow up on them. Obviously, now we go into after sales and everything, and you have a customer service which is taking natively care of them. You get follow-ups. Everything needs to be in line. Everything is so it's not anymore just I want to sell on Amazon. So yeah, paying attention to the mentioned points. So not only I'm talking about this because it looks good and it's nice to have, for example, Arabic writing on an UAE listing on a photo. No, it will increase your sales. You know, we don't do this for fun. We do this because we want to, or because I like to talk here, you know. No, we want really to increase sales. So it's proven that with this, we increase the sales of 40%. Customers will have confidence in your brand and they will return. As I mentioned already before, when they see your brand and they connect with your brand and they connect as well with the product, depending obviously in the product, but they will come back. And the Amazon algorithm will favor you even, because why should the Amazon algorithm favor you if you have no clue what you're doing with your listing and you just throw some photos on there and write a description which makes sense maybe, but is not adapted to the country, to the customer, then the algorithm will not favor you and will put another product in front of you, and then they will do the sale. Okay, so we have a few points still left. What we were talking about just a few minutes ago, the GPT tool. So many people are thinking, oh no, it's going to replace me. What am I going to do? And you know, panicking. But why panicking? You know, the AI don't understand anything. He has a lack of cultural understanding. The AI, that's for sure, because it's a machine. So you cannot be mad with it. You need we need to make it learn, and we're going to take a few years until it really learns how we 100% want to do it. Okay, it writes some good stuff, you know, but it cannot yet come at any human being. So it's inaccurate translations, inaccurate descriptions as well. If you don't like go really, really deep with it, and then at the end you can write it yourself because you already been, obviously it saves sometimes time, but you still have to recheck it. So, and that's what I'm saying, inaccurate translations, or don't even talk about localization, limited adaptability. So AI tool will not be able to adapt and changes to market trends, for example. How can I know that? I mean, right now, if it didn't learn it. So consumer behavior, legal regulatory requirements. So I don't know that in the Amazon listing, sometimes you cannot use certain words. You need to tell them that they should not say certain words. The missed opportunities. AI-based tools may not be able to identify new keywords or phrases that's in a specific culture, which can limit the discoverability of products of search engines. That's what I already mentioned. In Amazon, the Amazon algorithm will just ignore you if you use, for example, an AI which has no clue what you're saying. So dependence on technology. You cannot rely on technology, as I already spoke with Hai about it. PPC need always somebody in the back. So that is as well for listings, for photos, for everything. There needs to be human afterwards to check this, or even to rewrite like a little bit. So yes, AI is good, but double checking is better, and having a team which understand the different cultures is even is in need, and as well for put these keywords in, because the AI cannot put these keywords in. So as we always go and always have this question, it's a lot to invest. Yes, but in order to generate money, you need to invest. So again, 40% more if you really go deep in it and do your search for a company like MarginBusiness in order to ask us to do the listing optimization and understand which markets you want to sell in. We check your product before you want to go to that market in order not to burn you. If this product don't work there, why should you go there? So these are the points that I wanted to mention today. I think it was not too long. Any questions? Thank you for attending, and let's rock 2023. Okay, let's go and see where we got today the questions. I need just to go out of here.
Yeah, Omar, now where can I buy the margin coin?
it will be soon in the market. Trust me.
Okay, we're waiting for the airdrop.
Exactly. Okay. You know, I really did it for that purpose. You know.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure it's an accident. You know.
Great. So let's take some. I mean, we have 2 questions here. Okay. Yeah, the margin coin. Don't worry, it's coming. Oh, Joe. Hi, Joe. Thank you. Okay, Miley, can I use EVA in all countries?
Yep, the answer is EVA is available globally in every single Amazon country, in Europe, in US, in Asia. So you can use that for sure.
Great. I had as well, Ibrahim had a question for Daria. So what was the question, Daria? Could you explain quickly and why you replied this to him?
Yeah, I don't know. Just so basically, the question is like, will Noon become Flipkart for UAE, or will it surpass Amazon? So recently, Amazon has around 60% of market share, and Noon has 40% between those 2 marketplaces. But we definitely don't know which one gonna be the best, the biggest one, because there are cases. Most of the countries, Amazon is actually the main player, but some European countries, also India, local players that has main share. So anyway, I think it's like for sellers, the strategies be represented in each sales channel, regardless, either it's marketplace or on website. And the beauty, what I forgot to say about their Amazon and UAE market, that lots of sellers, what they do, they create the strategy that they create good listing here in UAE, because here to get to the first page of the listing, it doesn't it's not that big investment in terms of advertising, and it's SEO optimization still works way more better because of less competition, and then listing got a lot of reviews, and it looks like it has good ratings. They just replicate this listing for in other markets. So this is the way how the new listings in, for example, in US can grow faster, if it has already good history in the UAE. Yeah, and another thing is that actually pricing, because here what we see from their return on investment, and also the price, the products, margin is still there, and many Amazon sellers can get like good unit economy, like basically from day one, basically from the first months get into the market, they can become profitable, which is very hard now in big markets such, for example, US.
Okay, sounds good. Great answer. We have a quick question, Nick. Is it possible that Nick is going to the tax office to negotiate better rates for us? Not sure who was that.
Yeah, I mean.
Okay, and
Yeah, I mean.
okay, great.
I am speechless.
Great.
Depends on the tax,
Okay.
I guess.
Exactly,
Yeah,
depends on it. Depends which country.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, you can. So that's the right answer. A lot of places you can negotiate, but usually you'll be on a retainer. You need to renegotiate every month. so don't do that, I guess.
Daria, we have another question for you. Does your product work? I mean, your software, does it work on Namshi?
Not yet. We have it in pipeline. So basically what we do is like either big brand come to us and they say like, oh, this is the marketplaces we want to see. So that's how new marketplace appears in our marketplace list. Or the second scenario is actually then they have enough sellers who want to see this marketplace. So we start to work on this. So, and also Namshi became part of Noon very recently, just last year.
Okay.
So yeah, I guess it's going to be also part of the Noon soon.
Great, great. We have Shakil. Do you guys have any tips for wholesale business model via FBA on Amazon? Anyone can reply to this? Maybe we should have some kind of deeper understanding of what he really means here. Tips for wholesale business.
Yeah, he's talking about the retail business. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay.
Sorry.
Go for it. So yeah, I know the one tip: when you advertise your product to the end customer, your wholesale business is growing too. So this could be one of the ways how to grow your wholesale business is with advertising your final product. But I don't know about FBA Amazon, why he's mentioning it there, because that doesn't make sense for me. But if you want to grow your wholesale, just advertise your product, and not only end customer, but the wholesale B2B clients will come to you too to ask to sell that on their retail stores.
Okay, great, great. Another, yeah, it's not a question, more a great presentation. It's from Scott. Thanks you, Scott. Great presentation. I'm an existing Eva customer using their pricing and PPC ad management. Love the results, and the Eva team is great, very engaged. Thank you so much, Scott. That's great. Makes Haya very happy.
Thank you, Scott. Thank you for that.
And we have another one. Are there a lot of keywords on Amazon UAE? For now, there are no keywords in Arabic on Amazon UAE because they still switch from the English into the Arabic automatically. So I hope it will come. I hope somebody will go in the back and put real Arabic listing that we need to put it on. But for now, on Amazon, I don't think so.
Yeah, and actually we are getting the suggestions. So what we do, they see all the suggestions that people use, and there are a number of Arabic words as well. So you can see them in sales screen.
Okay, great. So I think this is definitely something Amazon needs to do. Put the listings in Arabic, because like I said, right now it's only automatically translate, but that would be amazing to have it really with Arabic keywords. Great. I think we have another one. Yes. Okay. So she said, yeah, there's a few ones, but like I said, they are not significant for now, but it's very few. I mean, the search engine has the keywords, but I mean, like when you want to put it into the listing, I don't think it makes a lot of difference, you know, because of the switching of the language, which is not like a separate listing like we have between Germany, France, and Spain, for example, you know. We have Joseph here. I really appreciate this webinar. I'm learning more about e-commerce. Thank you so much, Joseph. That is really nice, and we hope you find value in it. Kantil Omar, that's me. If there is no keywords in Arabic, then do we only work in English language? What about SEO? Does that too have to be in English only? For now, you can put Arabic in back end. It will help to search the product. For now, you can put Arabic on the pictures, which it's better for Arabic customers to read, because they like to see that it's written in Arabic, or in that case in UAE Khalij dialect. So don't take any Arabic speaker and put it on. Put it really from the speakers from the UAE, in order that they think that they know their listing is localized. So like I said, Amazon is learning, and I'm sure it's going to be very quickly that Arabic actually will not take over, but at least 50% for keywords, especially as well Saudi Arabia. So I think that's it here on the questions. One more. Thank you for answering. In terms of wholesale, I source from China and sell in the UK market, but I'm having issues with authenticity complaints. Would you recommend sourcing in the European Union? Who wants to take that one?
Well,
I can Okay, no problem. No problem. You can say
I
hi.
think that, you know, because it's the same person, Shaquille is, you know, kind of trying to understand how he can manage the wholesale business. So he's referring to being a reseller on Amazon. Primarily, we are focused on private labels and brands in this call, but, you know, he's a wholesaler. So he's buying and selling kind of similar products, right? So back to, you know, his first question was like, you know, he was asking about, first of all, what type of tips on the wholesale business. I think the key point is really to own the buy box. If multiple sellers are selling on Amazon, you need to keep the buy box. So for example, like with Eva, we have a dynamic pricer for resellers. Every 2 minutes, it gets the buy box. Again, using the AI, so there is no rules need to be defined. I mean, because it's the essence of the business, like how much you own the buy box and how much profits you can make per SKU, as wholesalers have hundreds of SKUs. His second question was more about like, you know, having that authenticity complaints. Well, he will have it. Unfortunately, the reseller business on Amazon is like a tricky business. It's not like clean as, you know, having your own private label brand. Each time you are selling somebody else's product, either that somebody else may not be very happy that you as a reseller selling on Amazon because you don't have the authorization to sell. And number two, they can even claim about the authenticity, although the product is authentic, like although the product is real, but the brand owner doesn't want you to sell on Amazon. And there is no way to get out of it. Like, you know, what resellers do, they have thousands of SKUs, they sell the ones which they don't have the complaint. So the more possibilities, the more SKUs you have, the more products you have, the least problems, because you're going to be removing the ones that the brands are complaining about you and focus on the ones which the brands don't care. Because a lot of brands also don't care if the resellers sell on Amazon.
Great, thank you so much, Hai, for this explanation. There is two more questions. Is MarginBusiness an Eva t-shirt for sale on Amazon? Is it, Hai?
Do we have a t-shirt? Like, let's.
Do you have a MarginBusiness?
Who is this guy?
Shirt?
Because it's the same guy. He wants Nick to go to the tax office.
Yeah, exactly.
He
Want to be anonymous, you know.
He wants Nick to have a t-shirt of Margin and Eva Business. We're gonna give him for free.
Yeah. I suspect one of my employees who always complain that I talk about taxes. Hey man, Alex, you know, you're gonna have a bonus with a minus in front.
One last question, and then we let you all go. It was a long webinar, and thank you so much that you stayed patient with us here. And yeah, so in the near future, will we have to work in 2 languages, in English and Arabic, on UAE Saudi market? Yes, I believe so. Not right now, but as soon as the number of sellers on these marketplaces go up and the number of buyers go up, we will definitely see listings in different languages, which as well then need to be written. Either you can then choose either in Arabic or in English or in both languages. So I believe this will be not the near future, but consider it on the roadmap for Amazon UAE and the Saudi market. Great. I think that's it for today. Let's all go. I think it was amazing. Thank you so much for your knowledge, Nick, Hai, Gustavs, and Daria. It was really great to speak with you. Lots of value. Thank you, and I'm sure we can do this again soon with new topics. And Gustavs, let's really cut this into pieces and make this spread this all over social media. If we put this in a minute, we have lots of content here, you know.
Yeah, by the way, I spoke with one of my guy who is doing my video content. I gave him a task to cut my last webinar into 1 minute, the unsexy webinar. So if he does it, I'm gonna connect him with you. That's the topic. So what we did in like 1 minute, just the most important stuff. So
Whoa.
But,
Okay.
but,
Let's
but
try that.
yeah, let's see. No, I'm waiting. When I have it, I'm gonna post it.
You
Guys.
will
So,
be waiting. You will be waiting for a year. So
no,
be
man,
patient.
no, man, no. This guy is solid like rock. I can guarantee you, he's gonna do it. No.
Great. Amazing. Okay. Then have a great day, hi, and all the rest of you. Good night.
Okay.
And
Take care,
and the
guys.
listeners, I don't know where you're all at, but enjoy your day. Good night, wherever you at. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Thank you
Omar.
very much.
Great
Bye.
webinar.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Great. Bye.